Hey guys, it's Gary Vaynerchuk, August Wine of the Month Club. Super excited, 3 wines, 2 whites. It is August, and 1 Monster Red, perfect for barbecue food, and really just like blow some of your friends away at the Labor Day party strategy. This incredible kind of arbitrage of it's $55, right? 55, my favorite name. $55 delivered. This best price, $88 at Wine Library, $107 or so on the average on the internet kind of thing. Super excited. Let's just get right into the wines as we continue to crush this wine club. Seaford 2017 Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, $16 to $20 depending on where you're buying it around the country. This is from Nelson, just west of Marlborough, which is a region a lot of you may know, but a sneaky region. Actually, fun fact for you, Brandon, you may not even know, was the first region from New Zealand I knew about. So like when I first, there was a Nelson Black Label Nelson Sauvignon Blanc when I was like 16, and I was like, wait, New Zealand makes wine? Because my dad didn't even carry any New Zealand wine in the store. So it's kind of fun. 90 Points Wine Spectator. A lot of you drink Cloudy Bay. A lot of you drink a lot of stuff in New Zealand. A lot of you buy New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs between $8 and $12 a bottle, and I've always thought the great arbitrage was really in those teens, because what I really look at is Sancerre. Now they're very different styles, much like California Cab and let's say Cabernet from France in Bordeaux, but at the end of the day, to me, there's an incredible pocket of New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs between $13 and $25 a bottle that most of you never drink, that I think really rival $30 to $50 wines from Sauvignon Blanc based vineyards around the world. Now, totally different style. And actually, you know, if I'm thinking about the common consumer in America, I believe the New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc style is far more the style of choice. So let's give it a sniffy sniff. Very grassy, very green, grapefruit explodes on the nose. A little cucumber on the nose as well, which I love. Let's give it a whirl. This is good. So remember, one incredibly interesting thing about how I taste white wine is I taste them at room temperature. Really allows me to taste the flavor profile. Most of you will drink these cold. The other thing about Seaford and Nelson is this Provence was kind of established in 1973, is really wine that has penetrated the US imagination. I would actually argue that if rosé had not exploded over the last half decade, that New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc would be on the pedestal. Most of you would be drinking them by poolside. This is a wine that you pop and pour, screw top, get it nice and cold, bring it to the pool after watching this, and I guarantee you're gonna amaze your friends and family in this kind of like hot August traction month. 90 Point Spectator, I agree, this is a 90 point wine. This is incredibly well made, very structured, would go tremendous with crab, sushi. You know, basically the way that Americans are eating today, lighter, easier, tapas, light fare, or just an aperitif. If you hold this bottle into the fall, as we get into the fall, the leaves are changing, friends come over a lot, you know, grown-ups are starting to make up parties like Halloween parties. If you want to have this, you know, nice and chilled next to your, you know, spiked cider, apple cider, if you're going October range, this is just a really well-made wine. Would pair tremendously well with a variety of foods, but to me, this is shellfish, you know, this is salads, this is light sushi kind of fish. You know, if you're a Bronzino character, yes. If you're a crab, you know, we're talking down, you know, Maryland and things of that nature, yes. If you're an oyster head on the West Coast, Kumamoto, shout out to you, Seattle, that range, yes. Or if you're just a great host and friends come over and you just want to have a nice glass of white wine, yes. A killer wine, very good. I got bombarded. We got bombarded about the Westerly Chardonnay that was in the pack a couple of months ago. When we bought that, we also bought the 2014 Santa Barbara Chardonnay. We had a lot of people reorder. Do we still have the single vineyard Chardonnay in the store? And what does that sell for?
$49.99.
No, but seriously, if you really pull it up right now in the store, is that true?
The S&P was about 55.
No, I know that, but what are we selling for in the store? So this is the 2014 Westerly Santa Barbara Chardonnay. $20, $30 a bottle, depending on where you pick it up around the country. Again, if you're looking like, wait a minute, I got this already, you did not. You got the single vineyard. Are you pulling it up, Brandon, while I sniffy sniff? 90 Points Wine Enthusiast. Huge red fruit, I get a little huge white fruit, I get a little bit of banana peel, a little hint of goji berry, a lychee-ness on the nose, which I find kind of attractive. Sunflowers breaking through as well. What's going on, our bad Wi-Fi? Great clean structure, very, very smooth. Not as much mouthfeel as the one you had 3 or 4 months ago in the last pack, but great structure throughout. A tremendous white wine for the season. Very well integrated.
It's $49.99, yes.
I love that. This is the best wine club ever. So the wine that they got 3 months ago or 2 months ago is right now on winelibrary.com for $49.99 and not free shipping.
That's correct.
Good. Anyway, really well structured, super smooth, very clean, almost like oyster shell chopped up with hints of banana pudding and vanilla extract. Very long finish. This is really, really, you know what? Hit me up on Twitter, Gary VEE, with which one of the 2 Chardonnays you liked best. I could see this being a taste great, less filling, 50-50 debate. I can see a lot of you liking this style. This is really well made. You know, outside of like the oysters, because I wouldn't pair it with that, but all the other things we talked about with the first wine, if you're looking for a little more heavy, this is gonna be your kind of play. Man, I really like that. Really well made. There's almost this cute little acorn flavor on the mid palate. Jesus, this is dark, sorry. I don't want to take the thunder away from Westerly. Really well structured, Bronzino, all that crab, yes, yes, yes. Little hint of white asparagus on the finish as well, but this is beautiful banana pudding and vanilla extract Chardonnay. Not as oaky as a Rombauer of that nature, but reminds me a little bit of like early cake bread Chardonnays that I had back in the day. Really spectacular wine, 90 points wine enthusiast. I'm really of that cloth as well. Little hint of like Chablis-like characteristics, which I like. Kind of like that French component, which really are now kind of hitting me a little bit more on the tail end of the palate, which I feel like I've had this wine before, and I feel like that was more prominent in the beginning. You're happy with me? Is that what
yeah.
What's happening? Is that what?
Yeah, absolutely.
You just like lit up like a. I think what Brandon's reacting to is like, there's nothing better than having a consistent palate, and I think that's what's respected in the wine world. And I think one of the reasons Wine Library TV always worked was I was scared crapless of ever recommending something or comparing it, and so it's fun to see. Consistency from me tasting it a couple months ago, which I clearly know that's what you must be reacting to. So that Chablis-like characteristic is happening. It's funny, I sometimes use oyster shell. If you look at old Wine Library TV episodes and see me talking about Chablis, you'll see me talking about oyster shell and crushed rock as a minerality element of a Chablis. That's kind of what I was referring to earlier, and then I technically said it. Chablis being a region in white Burgundy, 100% Chardonnay, but we call it Chablis from that region, from some of the newbies. If you want to Google it, Chablis. I'm about to blow your face off. I'm just giving you a forewarning. This was one of the most successful wines for Wine Library this year. Brandon was over at my house when, my parents' house, excuse me, and we were planning this month's club, and I was like, I want to really blow people away. And I was like looking at inventory and I'm like, oh crap, can we do the tradition red at 14? Because I saw all the return business and how well we did with it, and we didn't have enough cases. So there's more of you than we had inventory. And we'd never done this yet in the history of the wine club. I was like, hey, can you get more? So you found more in Chicago, worked with the supplier, we got it, enough for you guys. And this is gonna be the crown jewel of this. And this is going to be, forewarning, what sucks about this, kind of like the Westerly that we sell for 50 from the last club, we don't have any, well, we don't have any more, right? Like maybe you got enough to fill the clubs.
Cases,
right.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna have this, so you're gonna love it, and you're gonna have to go either buy the 15 when it comes out or try to find it somewhere else, which I don't think much is out there. This is the 2014 Tradition Red. This is 95 points, tastings.com, $40 SRP around the country, 40% Cabernet, 23% Merlot, 21% Syrah, 16% Petit Syrah. This is probably the third time I'm having this wine. Huge explosion of red and black fruit on the nose, just like beautiful black cherry, raspberry, things of that nature. Just like gobs of fruit exploding on the nose. I mean, this is such good wine. This is like, Alex, you drink wine? Mm-hmm. Are you 21?
I am.
How old are you?
21.
Exactly 21? Cool, try this. How much red wine have you had in your life before you go anywhere?
Quite a bit.
Because you grew up in a wine family?
Yes, and I worked at a fine wine store up in Connecticut while I was in school.
Get out of here. Awesome. He's tasting properly. You want a side hustle at Wine Library on the weekends?
Sure.
What do you think?
Very good.
You see,
Fruity, bright, dry, acidic,
yeah.
but it's good.
Tobacco, red fruit, very well structured. There's a hint of like shaved chocolate throughout this wine. Very long finish. I'm like, can see Alex in the corner of my eye right now, and he's still puckering because the flavor continues on your palate. If you drink this right now, you're gonna taste it for about a minute. And for a lot of you that drink wine, that's called the finish, or not drinking wine. I know my wine club has a lot of noobs in it. That long finish is you still tasting the flavor, whereas other wines, you'll try it and like 13, 9, 8, 7 seconds later, you don't taste it anymore. I'm still talking and still feeling the tail end of the blackcurrant and blackberry on this wine. Very well structured. This is put a steak on the grill, cook it, get it the way you want. I'm a Pittsburgh black and blue guy, which is very difficult to cook, by the way, because I don't really know how to cook it. I always screw it up. But medium rare for most of you. Brandon loves steak, he eats steak all the time. This is a perfect steak wine. But again, and this is the remarkable thing of this club when you amortize out the free shipping, which by the way, a little bit of an alert, we're gonna have to make a decision after looking at the numbers of like, does the club go up $5 in 2019, or do we eliminate shipping? We have to do something, we're taking a little bit of a beating. Anyway, take advantage of it. 55, so what are we talking about? $20, not even 18, 17. Like, this is coming to at a price where you can pop this with like literally a cheeseburger on the grill, you and your buddy, you and your spouse, little like cheers on the cheeseburger and cheer on the wine. Will pair tremendous with any meat. Looking for the fat of a burger or a steak to go with the ridiculousness of the fruit and structure and tannins of this red wine, you'll be blown away. To me, maybe because I just came from a cigar lounge, big shout out to the Havana Club, I had a meeting there. I think it's the second time I've been there. You know who I went there with? Joe Nunn. Do you remember Joe Nunn?
Yeah,
one of our great customers of all time. I went to this meeting just now and I was like, wait a minute, I've been here before, Joe Nunn. Anyway, just came from there. Maybe because I smell like cigars.
Not this time.
No, Joe Nunn like 6 years ago, 9 years ago. I just came back from there, but it's interesting. I was about to say you can only have this with meat, and I was like, oh, or maybe a cigar. So cigar wine, big meat wine, big massive wine, big red fruit. Let this breathe for an hour or two, just like pop it and let it breathe, or decanter for 30, or put this in the cellar. If 2014 is a special year for you, anniversary, a child is born, I don't think it makes 21 years to your child's 21st birthday, but I do think it'd be a tremendous 10-year anniversary wine. You can go that route with it. All your kind of Silver Oak and Cake Bread and Jordan, like your, Dominus and Insignia friends. I mean, this is California cult, obviously not up to the par of a Harlan or things of that nature, but like a really good entry point for that flavor profile. People that drink Prisoner, things of that nature, I think will be blown away by this wine. Great effort. 95 points is a little high for me from tastings.com, but like this is a 93-point effort. Great wine. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're enjoying the club as much as we are putting time, effort, and passion into it. Have a wonderful Labor Day. Enjoy these wines, and we will see you in the fall when we are ready for some thunder. And September's now the 12th month, right? It was October was our first month, Brand?
Yeah.
So I'm excited. One thing we have to plan for is I'm about to throw some big right hooks on my social media, get a couple more thousand people into it, so we're gonna have to start buying up. That Brandon's face was funny because he probably had some plans and we just threw some curveballs, which is perfect. Have a great summer, we'll see you later.